So today I'm using 2 carrots, a bit of cauliflower. To be honest, I didn't measure it. It's about a quarter of a normal cauliflower, 1 potato and some petit pois. Organic peas are quite difficult to find, so you can either use petit pois or frozen peas, but today I'm using a tin of petit pois. And my Tommy Tippy blender. I'm actually going to do a review on that blender, but in a separate video. I've also got my steamer on the side, and it's got some water underneath as a normal steamer would. So I'm going to firstly start off with peeling my potatoes. I know some people choose to keep the peel on, completely up to you. There's a lot of goodies in the peel of our veg as well. If you are going to do that, just make sure that you're washing the skin before you go ahead and process it. Exactly the same with the carrots. I'm peeling it all off, but you can choose to keep it if you wish. Getting rid of the head, and then washing all my veg down. Organic or not, please make sure everything is washed and clean before you go ahead and start blending. So washing my potato and finally washing the cauliflower as well. So once it's all washed, we are good to cut everything down into manageable sizes, ready to go in the blender. So I'm cutting my carrots, followed by my potato, and then finally breaking the cauliflower into manageable sizes for the blender. Tommy Tippy blender is quite small, so just making sure everything fits in. So I'm opening my tin of petit pois. It actually comes in water. I'm going to pour that water away. So here we have it. It's dry, and just showing you the size of the peas. They're quite small. I'm only going to use about a quarter of this tin, but again, with the ingredients, I did put measurements just because it's completely up to you how much you want to put of each thing. So all my veg is now in the steamer. I've got my water underneath, and it's ready to steam. So we place the lid on top and leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes. After about 15 minutes, you can see that everything is looking nice and hot and hopefully quite soft. So I'm just going to use a fork to press up my veg just to see if they're all quite soft and manageable for the blender. So these are after 15 minutes. I just turn off the fire and then we're ready to blend. So now I've got my Tommy Tippy blender and my veg on the side, and then also underneath you'll see that the water has turned a cloudy-ish greeny colour, and that's because all of the goodies from the veg, or some of the goodies that we're losing, have actually come into the water. So it's ideal to then use that water to blend down the veg. Some people will use plain water, but why not use the water that's got all the goodies in it? So I'm pouring about a quarter of the tin of the peas. I don't use too much peas just because I don't want the food to have too much of a greeny colour, but you'll see in the end that this actually did come out quite green. I've added some potato and carrots to the peas, and then I'm going to blend away. Because of the size of the blender, I have to do the veg in bits, and then you'll see that I kind of mix it all together back on the fire. So I've realised that I need a little bit more water to get the peas and the potato and cauliflower to blend. So again, adding in the water with the veg goodies in it, call it the juice, and then blending it again. So once everything is blended, I put it back into a pot and mix it on the fire. And once that's been going for about 5 to 10 minutes, we're good to distribute the food into the freezer pots. I actually got this pot from Tesco, so using a tablespoon, just dish all of the food into the freezer pots and it's good to go. And there we have it, vegetable medley.
This is how I make Reuben's favourite breakfast, well, one of his favourite breakfasts. You'll need brown basmati rice or any kind of rice you use, cinnamon, apple and a pear. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to mill your rice in your NutriBullet baby. When you do this, the rice will turn into a powder, okay? And you need to put it on the stove, add water. The more water you add, the thinner the consistency will be. The less water, the thicker it will be. Then you'll need to peel and cut your apple and your pear. Make sure you take out the seeds so there's no seeds in it. Then steam it for about 6 to 8 minutes. Once that's done, pour it into your NutriBullet baby blender. Add water and a pinch of cinnamon. Make sure your rice is sitting on the side cooling. Then add your apple and pear and cinnamon puree to the rice. Mix it together for a delicious, nutritious breakfast.